The filming process was good some of the time, but it was bad some of the time. And the bad part of the filming was, actually getting the calls to go film, because when you would film, it would be a day out of your life that was, focused on that. But whenever you were actually filming, it was always a really good experience. The crew, everyone in production was so amazing, just an incredible group of people. I learned that I'm not as nice as I thought I was. I learned that I really am very straightforward, and I just kind of tell it how it is. And before I didn't ever really notice that, because my friends would just kind of always go along with what I was saying. But I would notice, and sometimes I would watch like what we had just filmed, and be like, that was really mean of me. I shouldn't have said that. So I kind of realized that I am much more judgmental than I thought, but everybody's judgmental. People just don't say things as often as I do. They keep their thoughts inside their head while I say them. Everyone who lives in Laguna really wants to leave for some reason. They just really want to leave, myself included. But then when you get to where the place you're going, like where your college is, you realize that Laguna is like the best place ever, and that's as good as it's gonna get. Laguna's home, and so it's definitely necessary to leave for a little while, but you can always come back, and it's always the same lovely little town. When I said goodbye to Lauren, when she went off to college, it was actually a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. For some odd reason, it wasn't goodbye for real. I knew that she would still be my best friend the next day. It's not like she fell off the face of the earth and I would never see her again. So it was easier than I thought. I think that Steven definitely went through periods when he liked Lauren, but he couldn't break up with Kristen because Kristen would hit him, or like something silly like that. But I mean, there definitely were times when Steven would sit and just ponder and be like, Lauren or Kristen? Lauren or Kristen? Lauren or Kristen? He stayed with Kristen a lot of the time because it was easier for him to just be in a relationship with a girl that he really liked, but maybe know that, they weren't gonna go off to college together in the same town, San Francisco. And kind of like the whole going back to Laguna thing. You can always go back to it, It's always there. And I think that is how Steven and Kristen are for each other. They had this understanding, that they liked each other and they would always be there for each other. And I think with Lauren, it's a different story. If you're in a relationship with Lauren, you really have to work at it. I mean, a few times I came close, just kind of like, Lauren, you need to find a different guy, or, go about it as nice as I could, because she's my best friend. But a lot of the time, I just thought that they're acting like dumb 14-year-olds who were just like, I like him, no, he likes me, kind of thing. I just am not into that whole drama thing with relationships. My personal opinion is that I think that as much as she said that they were just good friends, I think that really she did really like him the whole time, even when he was with Kristen. Steven and Lauren do have something special. They are really, really good friends. And I think that they have been more than that. And I think that it hurt Lauren's feelings a little bit when he decided to be Kristen's boyfriend. And it was a very trying experience for her, I think, personally. Because there's this guy that you like, and he doesn't like you. Or maybe he does, but he's, obligated to somebody else. And I think that is one of the most frustrating things ever. And so I think for the most part, it was her liking him, kind of observing him and Kristen, and just jealousy, that she wasn't his girlfriend. Elsie Lauren is my dearest friend. She knows everything about me, and I know quite a bit about her as well. And I mean, if Lauren wasn't my friend, if I didn't have her, I don't think that my years in high school would have been the way that they were, because they were extremely fulfilled and they were good. And a lot of that is because of Lauren. Graduation, just that day, was probably the best experience I've ever had in my life. Being there, graduating high school with your best friends, It doesn't get better than that. I was ready to end high school like the day that I stepped foot on it freshman year. And so it was so exciting for me to be done, because being done meant to me freedom from my parents, leaving Laguna, going to college. So it was an incredible beginning in the next step of my life for me. For me, my senior year of high school was the best year and the worst year of my life. Worst year because it was my last year of high school and I actually had to be there to graduate. But the best year because I think that I grew so much as a person my senior year. Freshman, sophomore, junior year, it was so about, being cool. It's just your typical high school kid trying to fit into the clique and, do the right things, hang out with the right people, wear the right thing. And senior year, I didn't give up on that, I just got over it. I don't really care what Michelle in my third period class thinks about me anymore, because really she's a bitch, So I'm just gonna stop talking to her, But then like the weird kid who's next to you on your right in math class, I like to talk to the weird kids now, They're cool people. There's so much more than, the 10 blonde girls in my group of friends from home. I didn't see that before senior year, and I think it was an eye-opener for me, just my last year of high school, because everyone was finally themselves, It was a growing experience for all of us.